Okay, on your lab sheet, it's broken down just like they've always been broken down. You've got the minutes, okay, of when class, how much class time you're going to use. So you're going to use when class starts, okay, and do it just like that. Your period starts at what?
1:51.
No.
53.
53, that's what it is. 153.
Yeah.
So you're going to have it broken down with what the clock is going to say, okay? The first 3 or 4 things are pretty straightforward for setting up your lab. Washing hands, getting towels, hair up. The one on there is different. Since we are frying, you have to get the oil started. You need a deep pot, okay? And you need a 1/2 cup of oil. Glass measuring cup, 1/2 cup of oil. You need to get it started right away. It's going to take a little bit for the oil to heat up. I've already put the oil in there. You put the oil in while the pot is cold before you ever turn the heat on. Okay? Put it in while it's cold. 1/2 cup. It's not a lot. It just coats the bottom of the pan. Okay? You put it on your burner, medium heat. It's going to take 7 or 8 minutes for that to get warm. Okay? Yeah, Tyrell.
Wouldn't it smell?
It will smell like hot oil. Yes. It will start to have a smell. All right. So that's warming up. That's warming up. While your oil is heating up, the next part, you need to prep the meat. Okay? You will have bags. The meat will already be cut and in a bag for you. You need to season it. Yeah, Haley.
What happens if you, like I'm just wondering what happens if you turn the heat on and then put the grease in?
You just run the risk of splashing. So you put it in while the pan's hot, or while the pan's cold, and then it heats on its own, instead of putting it in while the pan's hot and then splattering oil on yourself. Okay? You need to season your bag. Okay? You're putting the seasoning in with the meat. There's paprika, chili powder, salt, and pepper. All measurements you're used to. The one measurement you may not be used to is something called a heaping spoonful. You get your flour tub out, you get a large spoon. This is a heaping spoonful. It's not an accurate measurement or anything like that. Okay? It's just a heaping spoonful of flour. Okay? We're using this because it's enough to cover all the chicken, but we're not going to waste a whole lot of it. Okay? You'll see words like that in recipes a lot. A heaping of this or that. Okay? They don't always use exact measurements. Okay? So when something is heaping, it's very, very full. Okay? You're using a large spoonful. Very, very full. Okay? The flour also acts to absorb a lot of the excess moisture on the chicken so that it doesn't splatter on you. Okay? So you put it on the bag, zip it up, do some shake and bake action. Okay? Get them all covered in all the flour and spices.
Shake, shake,
okay?
shake.
By then, hopefully, your pan is pretty warm. You also need to set up a drip pan. Okay? Get out a pan. Line it with paper towels, 2 or 3 paper towels, cover it, okay? Then you're gonna take a cooling rack and set it on top of your pan with paper towels. When the meat comes off, it's gonna be greasy. We want that grease to drip off. We don't want it to sit in the grease. It's gonna get soggy and nasty, okay? So we set it on the cooling rack, the grease drips off, the paper towels absorb it. Makes it easier to clean up in the end, okay? Still have to wash the pan, but it's not going to be dripping with oil, okay? The meat also needs to rest. If you've ever eaten food like from a restaurant right out of the deep fryer, it is so hot, it burns your mouth, okay? The juices splatter everywhere. Or if you grill a steak and then cut into it as soon as it comes off the grill and all the liquid runs out,
It's good.
you have to rest your meat, okay? When all the liquids run out, your food turns to shoe leather. You have to rest the meat. Let those molecules that are zooming around because they're so hot, right? Learn that in science. Molecules, when they get hot, they move around really fast. Let them slow down, okay? So, that's your drip pan. To make sure that your pan is ready to cook, okay? I'm gonna put a little bit of water on my fingers. Not a lot. Just a little. If it's ready, it'll start to pop. It's not popping, it's not ready. Like I said, it's going to take 7 or 8 minutes for this to get warm enough. Okay? So, while that's finishing warming up, how are we going to know that the chicken is done? What are we going to be looking for? What are we looking for, Tyrell?
You're gonna be looking for if it's not pink.
If it's not pink, right, what color should the chicken be? We're doing chicken breast, so what color should it be when it cooks? What do you think, Ryan? White.
It's gonna be
Okay? The outside should be a little brown, right? The flour that's on the chicken will brown. It'll be a nice golden color, but the meat will be white, okay? Last year I had some kids who thought they were really funny. They made a little rhyme. White chicken, cooked chicken, pink chicken, poop chicken.
How many?
I can't dog them on it. What happens if you eat undercooked chicken? What do you get?
food poisoning.
Do you know exactly what kind?
That sounds like
Chicken
a
poisoning.
Salmonella.
Oh.
Yes, salmonella. Okay? And salmonella will wreck your intestines. Okay? You and your toilet will be best friends for several weeks.
So
yes,
be-
Emily.
I got salmonella when I was in there.
It's
That wasn't fun.
terrible. It's terrible. I had a friend who got a really bad case of it and had to be airlifted off of a cruise ship.
Oh.
It was that bad. Okay? So, it's not something to mess around with. We cook it all the way. That's why I'm telling you in your recipe to cook it 3 minutes on each side. 6 minutes, it will cook. Okay? These are small pieces of meat, so they will have plenty of time to cook if you're in the pan for 6 minutes. Yeah.
Can we put on hot sauce?
There will be hot sauce if you would like some at the end, Tyrell. Okay. So,
Oh,
right?
maybe get me.
So if you listen real quick, the pan's starting to pop. Okay? It's ready now.
It's the bush gonna burn down.
So, once it starts to pop, you know it's ready. You'll put in 4 or 5 pieces at a time, okay? Don't crowd the pan. The more you put in, the lower the temperature is gonna get, and your food will stop cooking, okay? You're gonna wanna use tongs to put them in and take them out, okay? If you don't like, or you don't have a high heat tolerance, wear a mitt, and then use your tongs, okay?
You look like Krusty the
All right,
Crab.
I do. Okay, and what's his name?
Crab. Yeah, Mr. Crab.
Okay, so use your tongs, use an oven mitt if you need to. All right, to keep your hands nice and safe. All right. Once you are done cooking, you need to turn off the heat right away and move your pan off the heat. Let it start to cool. Okay. How am I going to get rid of this hot oil? What am I going to do with it, Tyrell? All right, we'll keep going. All right, so I'm not going to pour it down the drain. Why am I not going to pour it down the drain, Haley?
It'll jump back up.
It could jump back up if it's hot. Why else?
It can like burn the pipes.
It doesn't burn the pipes. Okay. You got an idea? Doesn't start a fire.
Because then it could, it could, like, burn the sink.
Okay. What happens when a fat or an oil gets really cold?
It smells like grease.
It solidifies. Okay? So it's going to travel down the pipes, and the further it goes, it's going to keep cooling and cooling and cooling until poof, it solidifies in your pipes. Okay? And then you get to spend an afternoon after school with the custodians learning how to take the pipes apart to clean them out. Okay? So, it will not go down the drain. Instead, there will be a metal bowl in the middle of the room. At the end, after it's sat for a couple minutes, you are going to mitt up. You will grab your pot. You will look and go, oh great, no one is between me and the metal bowl. If someone is, you're going to go, hey you, get out of the way. And then you're going to walk over to the metal bowl. There will be a metal bowl in the middle of the room. I did not plan one. There will be a metal bowl. You will pour your hot oil in. And you will look and you'll go, oh great, no one's in my way. If they are, you go, get out of my way. And you walk back. Once there's no oil in your pot, you can wash it out. Okay? Everything needs to be washed before you start eating. Okay? I did pick up chips this weekend, okay, or the other day. So with your chicken tenders, you can finish your pico de gallo with some tortilla chips. There will be hot sauce for your chicken, Tyrell. I will also have ketchup. I know.
Wait, we're not having
You're
fried
putting
chicken?
chili powder in there. You're making pan-fried chicken tenders. We are not making deep-fried chicken. What you are thinking of, we are not doing in middle school. Okay? All right. So, that is how that goes. All right? Awesome. Stop recording.
Wait, where did the other?
Hi, my